Hey everybody, Tracy Brown here, and I'm doing a quick live because I was inspired to talk a little bit about clients' anxiety around eating more food, having foods around that maybe feel scary to them. And just when you hear clients talk about, oh gosh, I'm having so much anxiety, or I had an anxiety attack. And I know as dietitians and coaches, our job really isn't around analyzing our clients' anxiety, but when it comes up around food, it's actually really, really important to help them ride that wave, because if we don't help them unloop and uncouple this anxiety that comes along with, let's say, eating normally, eating more food, even doing intuitive eating, they're going to continue to loop, and we're missing a really huge opportunity to honestly help our clients. So again, your job isn't to analyze the anxiety so much. Like you can ask, like, well, what just happened? What came up? And you can help them maybe know their triggers around eating food circumstances, like diet talk, whatever it is. Help them identify what are the things that are difficult for them. But really underneath all that, instead of making the anxiety wrong or bad or whatever it is, we want to help our clients meet that. So, and basically learn to ride the waves of that, because what it really is, anxiety is just old, stuck stress response. It's sympathetic nervous system activity, and it's usually fairly old, even though it seems like it's a new, like, circumstantial thing. Again, a lot of times it actually is really old, stuck charge, trauma response, and it can come from childhood, it could come from being in utero. We may never know. It's not as much about the story, even though that's super important, as it is about, can we help our clients meet and greet and even befriend this sensation? Because what happens is, if we don't help our clients uncharge some of that, it's going to keep looping with food and body-related things, and they suffer for longer than they have to. And so one way we can do that is basically help our clients be with those sensations and greet it versus running away. Because what happens, and you've probably seen this in your clients too, is they'll have all these thoughts, and you're doing some education maybe around that, like fat isn't bad, but it doesn't unloop and unhook this survival physiology from the neck down from being afraid to be embodied. So there's one thing to know that, like, okay, fat is just 9 calories per gram or whatever. They can have all that conscious stuff, but when it goes to eating more fat and feeling more in their bodies, they're making more connection and contact, which is great. We want our clients to become more embodied, to know their bodies. But what happens is, if there's lots of stuck charge that they haven't learned how to tolerate, they're going to loop back up into their heads and start obsessing around calories and fat and what people think about them again. And so really the first step is not making those sensations and those feelings bad or wrong, not labeling as that, like, oh, your anxiety. This is sympathetic charge. And our clients do bounce around a lot in, like, the highs of, like, running, fight or flight, and then sometimes that can't be maintained anymore, and they drop down into the unmyelated, like, dorsal vagal. And basically that's like kind of people pleasing and freezing. And that's why we see a lot of people not being able to know their signals that well, being disembodied from that, being kind of like, I don't know what to eat, tell me what to do kind of thing. And so you can see that looping and that up and down jumping. And we want to help prevent that by helping them slow down. So if you want to, I'm going to be giving more tips about just the education around that, to educate your clients that's what they're doing, that they're up in their head with the motor, that's the food rules, to try to bring themselves up out of it. It's almost like the anxiety and the head spinning is a way to try to manage this physiologic charge. We want to educate our clients that that's happening. So that's one tip you can use for today to help your clients. If you want to learn more how to do this with your clients in session, I've learned from many, many good teachers how to do these strategies, and they're not like earth-shattering things, but it's basically learning how to help our clients not run from the sensations anymore, learning how to be with those. And there's lots of ways to do that in a very safe way that don't overwhelm your clients. And if you're interested in that, please leave me a message below or send me an email at tracybrownrd@gmail.com. And we can talk a lot more about, in 2019, I'm going to be doing a lot of really specific trainings about how to safely bring people out of like this spin and into this more growing their capacity for being with those sensations and taking the mind out of it so much. That's really, really important to non-diet embodied nutrition coaching and counseling, is because we have to teach our clients to be more bottom-up directed and in growing more capacity to be in their bodies versus from the head down, trying to help them learn more facts to make it more okay to be in their bodies. So I hope this video was helpful. If it is, let me know. Give me some comments below. And I'm looking forward to talking more about this really, really important topic that takes our clients out of the spin and more safely into their bodies. So thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Take care.